In the top center section of the search forms, you can search by a variety of geographic fields, including address, city, zip code, subcondo name, or development name. The subcondo name and development name fields offer a pick list. Just click on the icon next to the field for subcondo, and here you can begin to type in the name of the subcondo you're looking for. The pick list for the development name works a little different. You can scroll through the list, or you can begin to type the name in the search for field. You add the locations you want to search by clicking on them and selecting the add button. You can select more than one, and if you want to remove those subdivisions, just highlight them and select remove. Once you've made all of your selections, click OK. The geo area also offers a pick list, or you can scroll and highlight your selections here. The quick links to the right of the geo areas provides quick access to the cities listed. By scrolling back to the top of the form, you can also choose a map-based search. There are 3 tabs at the top of the search form: the Criteria tab, which is the form we're using now, the Map tab, and the Results tab. You can get to the map in one of 2 ways. You can click on the Map tab here, or you can click here on the Map search. Be careful that the criteria on your search form doesn't cancel out the area on your map. To prevent this, just leave the geographic area in the Criteria tab blank and use only the Map search. There are a number of map tools across the top of the map. The Jump to Address bar is a great way to help your customer that wants to be within a certain radius of where they work. For example, you can enter their work address here. Click the Radius tool. You'll notice the pin drop on that work address. Now you'll want to zoom out on your map just a little bit and go back to your pin dot and click and drag your mouse. And let's just say that customer wants to be within a 5-mile radius of where they work. Once you stop drawing, you see that you're left with all of the listings that are active in the area that's within a 5-mile radius of that customer's work address. Now you can change the radius. You can click on the edge of the circle, hover until you find that dot, then left click and drag. So we can pull it out, we can pull it in, but you notice that mileage is going to show you just exactly how far from the work address that home would be located. Other tools on the map include the rectangle. You can click on the rectangle anywhere you want on the map, and now you see we had a listing pop in, so we can include multiple areas. If you want to remove a drawing, simply hover over the red dot and select Delete Shape. You also have the Polygon tool. The Polygon tool is great for drawing around specific subdivisions. So we'll just pretend this area over here, Lehigh Acres, we'll just pretend it's an actual subdivision. We click on the Polygon tool, then we click where we want to begin drawing, and we just drag, and every time we change directions, we have to click again. So I'm going to click now, and now I'm going to click one more time, clicking again, and then I always have to stop where I started. If there were any listings that matched my searched criteria, those would have popped in right over here in the Lehigh Acres area. We'll just go ahead and delete that shape. Other items on the map are the Freehand Polygon. So by clicking here, you can actually draw freehand on the map. You have map layers. By clicking here, you see that in red we have zoom in. It's letting us know in order to see the parcel, the zip code, and the flood zones, we have to zoom in to a lower elevation. So let's do that now. Just going to click and drag just a little bit, and we'll begin to see those parcels populate. We'll zoom in just a little bit further. There we go. So now when we come back to the Layers tab, now we can select zip code, city, flood zones, schools, all sorts of information. That's under the Boundaries section. If we select MLS Status, we can include to add active listings, pending listings, sold listings, so we can search by MLS Status. We can include tax data, so we can add tax sales. any sales that occurred outside of the MLS. We can include distressed properties, so we can look for foreclosures, auction properties, bank-owned, or short sales. We can also view parcel characteristics. Number of bedrooms and bathrooms, for example, owner's name. If I click here, you'll begin to see these parcels are populating with the last name of owners. If I go back to layers, I can select address instead, and now I see the street address populating for the various parcels on my map. Back in layers, I can go to trends, and you can see some stats that we can look at here. And then finally, points of interest. So if you have a customer that says they want to be close to shopping, maybe banking, and they want to go to restaurants, you can add those. And we'll do that, and we'll have to zoom out on the map just a little bit. You can begin to see some of these icons dropping, and these are indicating banking, shopping, and all of those items that we checked off on our list here. You can change the view of your map. We're currently looking at the map view. Over here in the left-hand corner, we could select satellite view, so we can zoom in with the satellite view. So we can still see those parcel addresses from where we added the address to our parcel characteristics. And we can clear all right down here at the bottom of the screen. The first time you come into the search form, it's probably a good idea to set this up for your particular market area. Now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to clear all my shapes, but you can zoom in or zoom out. You can hover over your map. You can left click and drag left to right, north to south, right? So that's something that you can do. Once you get the map set up in the location that you want it to be, you can come right up here to your settings icon and you can select set this map view as my starting default, because otherwise when you first come into the map, you're probably going to see a view that looks something like that. Another great map tool, let's just say you get a little clicking crazy and you wind up maybe way out here in the Gulf of Mexico. Once you set that default, you can click here and that will recenter your map over the area that you have set as your starting default. That's how you search using your map tools.